Okay, tell me about congruence.
To me, congruence is incredibly important and getting more important as people generally become more cynical about people's motives and what they do. Definition of congruence is that everything we do is consistent with our aims and objectives. So my beliefs are consistent, my behaviour is consistent, more physical things, my voice tone is consistent. It may sound an odd thing to say, but all my body is consistent. I haven't got a part that says, I want to do that, but another part of me says, no, I really want to do something else. It's everything being consistent to achieve something. And that something is normally stated. Curiously enough, with communication, it's as simple as saying that I can use my voice, I can have words that say something, I can then use my voice tone so it says the same thing. I can use my hands that underline something. So almost the more things that I can layer that are all pointing in the same direction, the more convincing I'll be.
How does a person know whether they're being congruent or incongruent?
I think that's interesting, because one way to find out is the reaction you get from other people. Because some people give the impression of lying, but they think they're telling the truth. And to me, it's not so much they are purposefully lying; it's just that they haven't thought it through enough themselves. And that's why actually this bit about exploring our beliefs, exploring our values, is actually very useful, because it actually helps us align so that we are more congruent we're more congruent internally, which means it's much more easy to behave congruently. The other thing is, of course, it's interesting if somebody tells us to do something we don't believe in. It's also sometimes having the balls to say, no, I'm not going to do it. Congruence, I actually believe in any influencing thing, congruence is incredibly important. And in a way, you can't fake it.
So it seems to me that there's almost two things here. There's being completely, having a very complete belief in the first place. Because if you don't know what you believe and you're going around talking to people, you'll express that confusion. But also having the presentation skills and being able to see yourself and practice talking to people in the first place. Yeah,
the presentation skills help, but funnily enough, I think a lot of it is actually internal. I think you can spend, if you genuinely believe something, okay, and that may require a certain amount of time and analysis on your part, then it will come out. Honestly, it will come out. And you can almost spend too much time on the methodology. The presentation techniques per se are useful, but it's better to be bloody congruent in the first place. And that may require, of course, more work than the presentation techniques. But in the end, if you are congruent, you will come over as being congruent.
And it will have an impact on your work.
It will have a tremendous impact on your work. Because then you may say, of course, at times, I say, I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to do this. This isn't. I'm not prepared to do this for these reasons, and step away. But that, I think, is useful too. If I look back in my business life, too many times I have agreed to things that I didn't really believe in, or I felt there was something wrong in the scenario, and it would be much easier if I put my hand up right at the beginning and say, something isn't right. Let's be straight about this. Something does not seem to be working. And got it all sorted out in the beginning rather than waiting too long and playing along with the game.